This is new at 6. The Colorado Supreme Court has intervened in a criminal case in Pueblo. The court overturned the trial court's order for mediation between the defendant and the district attorney's office.
News 5's Andy Koen in studio for us tonight, live to explain what's actually going on in this case. Andy, what'd you find out?
Yeah, Rob and Diane, the defendant here rejected the plea offer from the prosecutors, but then asked the court for mediation to force the district attorney's office back to the bargaining table. The state Supreme Court ruled in this decision that the Pueblo judge erred by granting that request because she lacked the authority to order mediation in a criminal case. And the justices also said the judge ran the risk of appearing biased.
The defendant is 42-year-old James Justice. He faces multiple felony charges in 4 separate cases. The arrest warrants accuse him of throwing explosives out of a window towards his neighbors and the police during an incident in May of 2020. He's also accused of assaulting a deputy at the Pueblo County Jail later that summer. And court records show that in January of 21, he was arrested following a shootout with the police on the north side of Pueblo. And he's accused of setting his ex-girlfriend's car on fire, throwing a screwdriver at her, and spitting on the officers from a case in 2019. District Court Judge Allison Ernst cited statutes in Colorado civil law when granting the mediation order. District Attorney Jeff Chostner then appealed the court order directly to the state Supreme Court, who overruled Judge Ernst. The ruling makes it clear that only prosecutors can be involved in plea negotiations. Writing on behalf of the court, Justice Carlos Samor said that ordering mediation in a criminal case is not necessary for the proper functioning of the court, adding, quote, doing so may hinder the court's proper functioning because, as arguably occurred here, it may inadvertently land the court smack in the middle of the plea bargaining process and compromise the court's role as a neutral arbiter.
I could see how the prosecution will walk away from this saying, well, wait a minute, we made the plea offer, Judge. Are you suggesting to us that you don't like it?
News 5 asked retired Chief Judge Dennis Mays to help explain the ruling. He said, even without meaning to, a judge runs the risk of appearing biased by ordering mediation for plea negotiations.
The one thing you don't want to be as a trial judge is appear to be impartial in one way or another, and you may do that even innocently by suggesting one thing or another. So.
District Attorney Chostner told News 5 in a statement his office was greatly heartened by the decision and added, quote, the people, as represented by our office, should not be forced into a process it does not believe protects the people. James Justice is represented by lawyers from both the public defender's office and a private attorney. We contacted them all and they declined our requests for comment. Judge Ernst also declined, citing the Judicial Code of Conduct, which prohibits judges from publicly discussing cases.
And the defendant, James Justice, remains in custody in the Pueblo County Jail on a $500,000 cash-only bond. I did check court dockets today, and he currently has status hearings on the calendar for this month in all 4 of those criminal cases. Rob?